Do you ever catch yourself craving female validation, even when you know it's quietly destroying your self-respect? You text first. You cancel your plans the second she messages. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You turn into the agreeable, nice guy version of yourself just to keep her happy. Deep down, you know it feels weak, but you can't stop. I was exactly like that in my early 20s. With casual women I had no long-term stake in. I could hold my frame and stay on my mission. But the moment a woman stood out, maybe because of her beauty, her perceived purity, or that sense of rare access, I would gradually lose myself. I thought it was a confidence problem. I read every self-help book, hit the gym hard, built a solid career, and I was still doing it. Then in my mid-20s, I discovered what was really driving the behavior. It wasn't a lack of confidence. It was my core unworthiness wound, and once I faced it head-on, everything changed. Today on Prime Male Evolution, I'm breaking down exactly what's happening under the surface. And I'm giving you the exact 4-step process that finally stopped me from handing my self-esteem over to women. If you're tired of feeling needy and ready to become the grounded, self-respecting man you were meant to be, stay with me until the end. This could be your turning point. Early in my journey, chasing validation looked like this. With those special women, I became way more agreeable than I actually was. I played it safe, so I wouldn't upset her. I dressed like the guy I thought she wanted, not like me. My entire life quietly rearranged around her. She texts, "What are you doing later?" Boom. Every plan I had vanishes. She goes quiet or seems distant. I'd quietly panic, double text, triple text, anything to pull her attention back. When she finally gave me that hit of approval, I felt like a king. When she pulled it away, my world felt like it was collapsing. Pedestalizing women and craving their validation is exactly like feeding coins into a casino slot machine. Most pulls give you nothing. She goes quiet, leaves you on red, or pulls away. Yet you keep pumping in more effort, more texts, more self-abandonment, desperately hoping for the next payout. That occasional hit of approval, the warm reply, the sudden affection, the "I miss you" text, is intermittent reinforcement at its most powerful. It floods your brain with dopamine and keeps you hooked far stronger than consistent attention ever could. I drown myself in what-ifs. What if she's with another guy? What if she's losing interest? What if I said the wrong thing? I'd get restless, full of FOMO, and completely lose my center. That cycle didn't just make me come off as needy, it crippled my relationships with the very women I actually wanted for something real. With casual women, I could stay detached and treat them as nothing more than physical pleasure, but I hated that version of myself too. It was as if I placed her on a totem pole, and the higher I put her, the more I became a man I didn't respect. Healthy women can feel that hunger. They don't want to be your emotional crutch, and because I was performing, wearing a mask, I would eventually lose them. I never felt truly seen, because the version of myself I showed wasn't really me. Worst of all, every time I betrayed myself for that quick dopamine hit, a piece of my self-respect died. No amount of casual encounters could bring it back. Over time, it even bred resentment toward women in general. Most men think this is just a confidence issue. They fix their posture, money, and body, and they're still stuck in the same desperate pattern. Because the root is much deeper. It's called your core unworthiness wound. This wound is that quiet belief planted in childhood. I'm not enough as I am. If she sees the real me, she'll leave. So when you chase a woman, you're not really chasing her. You're chasing relief from that fear. Female validation feels like medicine for a few minutes. You feel solid, worthy, like a boss. Until she pulls away, and the wound is still right there. Different woman, same wound, same pattern. Building your self-worth on women's approval is like building a house on quicksand. The wound never heals. The only real fix? It has to happen inward. I call this the reclamation process, and it consists of 4 powerful steps. Instead of forcing yourself to just stop chasing and beating yourself up when you slip, we go straight to the core. We meet the scared, younger part of you that feels it has to chase, and we heal it. If you're still in the casino, the house always wins, because you're not really playing for her. You're trying to silence that core unworthiness wound, screaming that you're not enough. Break the machine by walking away from the lever entirely. That's what the reclamation process does. It teaches you to stop gambling your self-respect and start validating yourself from within. Here's the exact 4-step process. Step 1. Identify the trigger. Close your eyes right now and bring to mind one specific moment when you felt that strong pull to chase. Not your whole history, just one. She left you on red, she went quiet on a date, she seemed distant, or you saw her with another guy and your mind spun a whole story. Picture it clearly. Where were you? What was said? What did you assume it meant? Feel the emotion rise. Don't analyze. Just feel it. Step 2. Explore the feeling. Drop out of your head and into your body. Where do you feel this craving? Heavy chest? Drop in the stomach? Tight throat? That restless buzz? Let it be there. Silently say, I allow this feeling to exist. If a protector voice shows up, numbness, cynicism, this is stupid, just notice it and ask for permission to keep going. Now ask 2 powerful questions. A. How old do I feel right now? B. What does this young part of me believe will happen if I don't get her approval? Most men are shocked. You don't feel 35 or 45. You feel 12 or younger. The fear isn't, she won't like me. It's deeper. I'll be alone. No one will be there for me. I won't be seen or cared for. Step 3. Clarify what it needed. Speak directly to that younger, vulnerable part. Ask, what did you need back then that you didn't get? The answers are usually simple and painful. I needed to be noticed. I needed to feel chosen. I needed to know I was loved even when I wasn't useful or the good boy. I just needed someone to stay and want me for who I am. I wanted to be enough without having to perform a role. This is when it clicks. Every chase with women was you desperately trying to get now what you missed back then. Step 4. Give it to yourself. The reclamation. Remind yourself, you are not that boy anymore. You're a grown man. You've been through stuff. You can handle rejection. You can handle discomfort. You can handle a woman not choosing you. What if you've been looking at this all wrong? What if you are the one doing the choosing? Her leverage in the mating market is real, but it's temporary. As a man who keeps improving, your prime can stretch for decades, even into your 50s and beyond. Soon, if you stay consistent, the dynamic flips, and women like her will be seeking your validation and attention. She's not a magical prize, she's a flawed human, just like you. Now you get to set the standards. Place your hand on your chest if it feels right, and speak to that younger part, out loud or inside. I've got you. You don't have to perform anymore. I'm not going anywhere. I'm proud of you. It might feel awkward at first. That's normal. You're rebuilding a relationship with yourself that's been neglected for years. Finish with this commitment. Next time the urge to chase hits, pause and say, I'm going to breathe. Come back to myself first, before I go looking for her. She has to prove herself to me. If she's not meeting my standards, I let her go. When you do this consistently, everything shifts. You stop texting from fear and anxiety. You stop performing on dates. You start saying what you actually think. You stop tolerating subtle or blatant disrespect. You become calmer, more grounded, and truly comfortable in your own skin. Because you no longer need her to validate your worth. You show up as a man with firm boundaries and self-respect, not a hungry, needy boy. The people-pleasing fades, the self-abandonment ends. There are millions of good women in the world, many who are kind, feminine, and capable of real bonding. But you'll only recognize and attract them once you see your own worth first. This is the evolution. This is how you stop being a boy and become a man. If this hits home, do the 4 steps today. Don't wait. The work is simple, but it takes consistency. When the old wiring kicks in, repeat the process. Drop reclamation in the comments if you're committing to this right now. I read every single one. You've got this, brother. Now go reclaim and evolve. This is Prime Male Evolution. You're in your prime. Own it.